Hi, this is Ashley with Refresh Finds, and my cameraman Caden back there helping me out today. What we're going to do is a project I've wanted to do for a long time with my fireplace. I know a lot of you seen on Pinterest and everything else the people who get the beautiful tiles and they retail their fireplace. I looked into this, and with a stay-at-home mom budget, it was just not something that was going to happen. And then I hopped into Michael's and found this beautiful stencil. So I decided I was going to stencil my own fireplace. So we're going to work on that today. You already see I have a lot of this done, but I'm going to step by step tell you how we got to this point. First, you need your materials. You can find a stencil like this at Michael's, or there's several online that you can find to stencil tile with. I just like this idea because it's a fun pattern. Then you'll need, of course, the paint. I went with the Dixie Belle paint, which you can order online, or there's several stores that have this. Since I was putting this on a marble, this was a standard marble that's in most of your builder grade homes. It wasn't bad looking, it's just after being here for 13 years I was tired. And so I went ahead and I was recommending get the slick stick first because it is a polished. You could also do this if you're doing your laminate counters or your sinks or anything else. Then I went ahead with a little bit of a color called drop cloth with a Dixie Belle. And finally for my stencil, we used Gravel Road, which is a really cool kind of a gray, but still a little bit of brown undertones in there, so it kind of goes with any decor. So what you do first, you will paint your slick stick. And this is a lot like a Kills. You put it on, it sticks on there hard, but it helps it too to where it won't scrape off if something rubbed against it. This is a labor of love. This is not something you can do in just one afternoon. This is several days or waiting for things to dry. But once it's done, it's going to be gorgeous. So, after the paint, you need your normal paintbrush, a stencil brush, scissors, and tape. All right. We'll show some pictures of before and after. Again, it was the standard builder grade marble. I painted first a slick stick on the entire fireplace. After that dried, we painted the drop cloth over all the tile. You see, it's a gray cover. It actually even has some cracks in the tile and the marble, and you don't even see those anymore. So the chalk paint is wonderful about filling in that kind of stuff. And then finally, I used, after everything dried, my Gravel Road paint, my stencil. For the stencil, you will start in the middle. And I had to use my tape to line it up. And you go all the way around. And you can't skip. That's another thing. Yes, you have to let each piece dry because you need to overlay your stencil each time. And if it's wet, it will smear. So that's why this is, like I said, a labor of love, because you have to make sure everything's lined up. And now I'm finally on to the very last part. I've had to cut my stencil so I can fill in these nice areas here. Because if you can tell, there's about 1.5 inches distance still between what I put completed and what's needed to be done. So let's work on that now. Okay, with your stencil, you have to measure out, like I said before, I have about 1.5 inches here that needs to be done. So I went ahead and had to cut my stencil to fit in that area. So when I can come back through, make sure everything fits good. So right now I'm finishing up the base of my stencil because my other one is still a bit wet from doing the other side. So here we go. And this is the finished product. Isn't it beautiful? It went from a normal everyday fireplace to now a focal point. It's definitely a wow factor in my room. I'm extremely excited. I did go back with a fine paintbrush and I touched up a few spaces that I feel like it smeared or just need a little extra help, but Overall, I think it's a great effect, and so I hope you get to try it and you have a fantastic outcome like I did. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Refresh Finds. Thank you very much.